What's going on, guys? I'm gonna clear this out, and I'm gonna kind of go over my concept. I say I strive for 6 times value for every player that I pick. In order for me to consider a player, he has to be capable of making 6 times value. He has to been doing it consistently for his price currently, and he has to have a little bit of upside as well. That's my little criteria. I'm starting to stay away from guys on tanking teams who may rest players or teams that in positions where they don't need to play their players. I'm kind of considering that, and that's my criteria. So I made a video last night breaking down this entire slate. If you didn't get to see it, you can go check it out on my channel. I'm just gonna show an updated lineup from that lineup that I had yesterday. Okay. The first change that I made was Alfred Payton. He needs mid 40s, 38, 27, 51, 35. That's his last four totals. Doesn't really fit my system. I just felt like he was the only point guard that was worth consideration. But shout out to Sway McThunder. He brought hit my attention to a guy, George Hill. I like George Hill better. I think they can give me similar points tonight. In the last game, George Hill played this team 34 minutes. He put up 48 points. What I did not, and we know that it's a revenge game. He's going back to Indiana. What I did not know is that he's from Indiana. He grew up in Indiana, and if your family and friends are coming out to see you, similar to what he did the last game, I think he's gonna want to show out. And I like George Hill for showing out. It's a good matchup. We know that Indiana gives up a lot of point to point guards. Jeff Teague has been going through something, and back in his hometown. So in the last 10 games, he's averaging 31, which is about 5 times value. So the consistency kind of been there. Against Cleveland and Detroit, he kind of struggled, but before then, he was in the 30s and 40s. It's just that when he gets low, he gets really low, like 8, 15, 16. And when I did some more look into it, he needs assists to he needs quite a bit of assists to hit value. I just think tonight is a good spot for him. I like him better than Alfred. I think I can get similar results from him or Alfred Payton, and for almost $2,000 cheaper, I'm gonna stick with George Hill. Now I also took out Gary Harris. Gary Harris is pretty consistent at about 5 times value. Problem is he doesn't have the upside, and he's not quite getting to that 6 times value that I want. So I'm gonna get rid of him. It took him 39 minutes the other night, and he only gave us 31.5. So he's stuck around the 30-point mark. I'm looking to get up a little more than that. The person that I'm gonna replace him with is Evan Fournier. The reason is Fournier also has been around the 30s quite a bit. He can get low as 14, 20, 24. Gary Harris don't really show those lows, so he might be a safer pick. But the reason I really like Fournier is because in 3 games against this team, he's averaging 36 points and 36 fantasy point. He's good for a point per minute. So if he gets mid 30s in minutes today, which I think he will, I think he'll get mid 30s. So he'll get me similar production to Harris again for a cheaper price. So I went with Fournier, and another thing is Vucevic might be out. Vucevic takes a lot of shots. Vucevic, I think, will be out, not might. If his Achilles flaring up and they're already trying to tank and get good picks, there's no reason to play Vucevic. So that's 20, 17, 19 shots a game. I think Fournier takes those shots tonight. So I like Fournier for that reason. Now, with $2,100 left, the only thing different I did was upgrade one of these positions. And Ilyasova, I love the spot that he's in. Him and Tim Hardaway Jr. a good pair. I think they are they're gonna take the most shots and carry this team, and they're both in the starting lineup. All right. DeAndre Jordan has been averaging 40 points, and that's pretty much what I need for him to hit 6 times value. In the last 10 games, he's averaging that, so that's a good choice, right? Nick Batum is a little cheap. Before he got injured, he was in the 7Ks. Now he's at all-time low 67. Okay, and against a very good Atlanta team, it wouldn't be a bad idea to pair up Nick Batum and this guy Kemba Walker today against them. Kemba Walker already put up 42. It's just that he needs upper 40s consistently, and he's been in the 20s, teens, a little bit too much for my liking. We know that he gets cold a lot. So I'm going to stay away from Kemba, but I'm going to pick on his teammate, Nick Batum. And update Rashawn Holmes. Now, this person that I'm updating Rashawn Holmes for shows a lot of promise tonight, Rudy Gobert. Not only I think whatever Holmes can do, will Gobert can do plus better, but Gobert is in an excellent spot, man. This Miles Turner guy on Indiana, I like him a lot. I think he's pretty good. His problem is he gives up a lot of offensive rebounds to opposing bigs that's decent, all right? And for that reason, I think Gobert gets a lot of putbacks today on the offensive board and easily get like 20 and 15. So to have Gobert and George Hill together, I think is a good pair. Fournier with his usage going up. Covington is probably the only reason I'm a little bit worried about Covington is he played 36 minutes last night. So for them to give him that much minutes on a back to back is a little bit unlikely, and for a team that's not really playing for much. So Covington is probably the most worried person in this lineup. If something drops before lock and I can get something for him for that around that price, it's just like I can't find a forward around that price that I really love. 6,800. Marvin Williams, his stock is on its way down now that Kaminsky is back, Zeller is back, Batum's back. They're pretty healthy. They're not going to need him as much. And Atlanta's pretty tough down front. I know that Millsap is not playing, but I'm okay with Marvin Williams for 6,500. The last game out. So we need about mid 30s to 40. He's been doing that consistently. And with you know, with we know that he has some 40-point upside, and so he fits my system for that price. And they're clinging on to some playoff spots. He's taking a lot of threes, quite a bit. With Millsap out, hmm, I'm wondering if I can go Marvin Williams over Covington, and that's just something that's newly developing for me. Um, just gonna put them next to each other and see. So it says Covington has a better matchup, which is kind of misleading because Marvin Williams doesn't have to face Millsap tonight. And I'm not quite sure about Ilyasova's defense. I know he's a good offensive player, but I don't know about his defense. So this 10 doesn't really affect me. In the last 10, Marvin Williams is averaging 40, but that's with circumstances. And Covington 35. So the deciding factor to me is the fact that Covington just played 36 minutes. He's traveling from Philly all the way down to South Orlando. And then Philly has all of a sudden become crowded with, um, Okafor is questionable now. He did travel with the team. So he traveled with the team and he might play, he might not, whatever. But they have Rashawn Holmes and Okafor take care of the power forward. Then they have Saric and Sean Long kind of taking care of the power forward. Covington and it's Anderson playing. So Covington and Luau, small forward. Shooting guard, Henderson and Stauskas, McConnell and Rodriguez. So I'm torn between Covington and Marvin Williams. And starting to think that I'm gonna go with the person at home that's on a break, who's been at home, right? So he's at home. He's been at home. He's not dealing with Millsap. He's been doing good numbers. We need mid 30s from him. He's done that 3 out of the last, pretty much a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the last 10 games. He's getting a lot of minutes. Um, I don't see why not. He did struggle against Indiana, but people are due for a bad game. If you take that game out, everything else been in the 30s and 40s. So I'm gonna come off Covington and go Marvin Williams for now. This is the new lineup. Play it with confidence, and I'll see you guys at 5 o'clock pre-lock.